What makes you think that I'm an answer if you ain't mine?
Eleanor, oh, come on. Eleanor Williams jailed over false allegations. Han says, "Damn, I, I would go do C Rock beat up Calvo." I'm thinking you would like. You're saying that you would like to see The Rock beat up Henry Cavill. I think that's what you're trying to say. All right. Eleanor Williams jailed over false grape claims. A woman who falsely claimed she was raped by multiple men and trafficked by an Asian grooming gang has been jailed for 8.5 years. Whoa! You know this ain't in America. Eleanor Williams sparked protest in her Cumbrian hometown of Borough after posting photos on social media of injuries she said were for beatings. Was from beatings. But Preston Crown Court heard she inflicted the wounds on herself using a hammer. Now, I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I kind of questioned that a little bit because what kind of sick individual would hit themselves with a hammer like that? Williams, 22, was found guilty of perverting the course of justice. A 2-day sentencing hearing was told 3 men Williams falsely accused over a 3-year period tried to take their own lives after being targeted and suffering hell on earth. Wow. One of them, Jordan Tringove, spent 73 days in prison sharing a cell with a convicted sex offender after he was charged as a result of Williams' claims. They had been on a night out in March 2019 when she was taken home after becoming intoxicated. Williams later alleged that Mr. Tringove had raped her that night, and then on 2 more occasions claiming he attacked her and threatened her with a knife. Now here's the thing. If a person grapes you, how do they get the opportunity to kick it with you 2 times after that? 2 more occasions. I don't understand. These are the pictures, obviously. Barrow businessman Muhammad Ramzan, who Williams claimed to have worked for, was accused of grooming her from the age of 12 and putting her to work in brothels in Amsterdam. He said he had received countless death threats on social media. Williams had given police an account of being taken to Blackpool by Mr. Ramzan, where she said she was taken to different addresses and forced to have spicy interactions with several men. What is this? When police made inquiries, they found she had traveled to the seaside town alone and stayed in the hotel, where she bought a pot noodle from a nearby shop and then stayed in her room watching YouTube. Meanwhile, Oliver Gardner said a chance encounter with Williams in Preston one night led to him being accused of being a rapist who had trafficked her and sold her to 2 Asian men. As a result of the accusations, he was sectioned under the Mental Health Act. Honorary recorder of Preston Judge Robert Altham said Williams had experienced difficulties since childhood and had a history of self-harm. However, he said her allegations were of the utmost severity and it was troubling there had been no significant sign of remorse and no explanation why the defendant would commit these offenses. Describing her claims as complete fiction, he said, unless and until the defendant chooses to say why she has told these lies, we will not know. The judge added she's gone to extraordinary lengths to create false accusations, including causing herself significant history. The claims had created a state of heightened tension in Barrow for about 4 months, with police describing the turbulence as being like nothing seen in the town for decades. Holy man. Now, it's obvious that this young lady had some type of mental health issues that I guess weren't getting addressed. But this is no excuse. These 3 men were subjected to prison time with virtually based on an accusation. This has got to stop. Right? I mean, y'all tell me, am I tripping? You mean to tell me somebody can just come out and say something and I gotta go and sit in a prison? Before Judge Altham began his sentencing remarks, the defense read a letter from Williams in which she said she knew she had done wrong over some of this and was sorry, but added she did not accept she was guilty. What? She said she was devastated by the trouble caused by her Facebook post and added, if I knew what consequences would come from the status, I would never have wrote it. She said anything that happened in the community was not instigated by me, and my family did not want Tommy Robinson in town. Mr. Tringrove told reporters he did not think the sentence was long enough and that he planned to take action against the police. That part. Meanwhile, Mr. Ramsden said he felt no sense of triumph, only sadness, adding, I'm not sure how the family and I are going to recover from this. Mudsticks and I fear it may take some time. Williams was found guilty in January of 8 counts of doing acts tending and intended to pervert the course of justice. She had earlier pleaded guilty to 1 further account. However, last month she announced she had launched an appeal against her conviction. I'm so confused. Williams' allegations could not have been taken any more seriously when she initially came forward as a large-scale investigation was started. This has been a lengthy, complex, and ultimately tragic case, as well as a dark period for Barrow. I hope that the full story, now it's in the public domain, will demonstrate that the police take allegations of sexual and physical abuse extremely seriously and will investigate thoroughly. I urge anyone who has been a victim of sexual and physical abuse to report it today. You will be listened to and supported. So basically what they're saying is, despite the fact that this woman lied, make sure you still come to us with allegations whether you believe they are false or not. Basically. I mean, only 8 years. Now just imagine what would happen if they find out that those girls that accused Andrew Tate of what they've accused him to do are found not to be credible. This has got to stop. 3 men served over 70 days in prison time over a false allegation. But we ain't going to go over it no more. You know what I'm saying? You know how YouTube feels about this stuff. We'll move on. We will move on. All I'm saying is, it's got to stop. Believe all women, it's got to stop. You have to do a thorough investigation, and you got to stop holding people without proof. It's got to stop. What we got left?
Let's go. Beat that thing down like you started attention, my baby. You had some plans with your man, just tell him to cancel, my baby. Slide to the crib, look like Dracula's mansion, my baby.